broke it like that.
They met.
Go to the rock and roll museum that's out there. We went there. It was really cool. This is from Seattle and their mom.
Good morning, Gate City.
Morning.
It's a great day to be a Rotarian. It's always a great day, especially on Thursday morning with a breakfast buffet. We got a great meeting today, some wonderful guests and presentations. One of my favorites, the scholarship presentation and then new member talks. Those are always my two favorites. Last night I presented our Page High scholarship, which was really neat. They made an announcement there that Buster Lewis has an overdue library. Page High. It's an annuity now. Someone with the letter R, I believe, has the invocation and pledge, but Ralph, it's Rabonda.
Oh, it is Rabonda. All right.
All right. I know my alphabet.
I thought we were at the proximity for some reason.
Did you?
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah, I misread the email.
Did you give them? Did you say the blessing for them over there?
So, y'all join me in prayer here as soon as I do that. This is a stewardship prayer. Lord, it is you who call us to a life of stewardship. It is you who sowed the seeds of talent in us and have helped us to harvest a multitude of blessings in this world. Help us to be faithful disciples, to share abundantly from our storehouse of blessings, to glorify your name. Amen.
Amen.
Stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Of the things we think, say, and do.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
My Rotary moment in reflecting was when I returned from Iraq in 2009. There's a little bit of a hangover that comes about when you leave deployment like that, and what I realized is, a big fulfilling part of my life is serving other people. And Rotary filled that gap coming out of it. Rotary filled it going into it, and I think all of us are kind of motivated by different things, but I know the only way I get fulfillment and get what I want is by helping other people get what they want. And Rotary does that for me.
Thank you, Dr. Guy. Great message. Sergeant at Arms, Brian Kaiser, new daddy Brian. Where are you?
We got 34 in attendance, actually 35 with Michael. Jim, would you like to introduce yourself?
Right here. I'll have Beth McCain. Beth McCain is here from GTCC. She is the individual we work with on these awards. She will introduce our award winners later. And would you introduce Richard?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Beth McCain. I'm a professor of accounting at Rotary. And this is Richard DePaul. He's our department chair.
And we have another guest in attendance, Miss Patty Haslett. Kelly, would you introduce her?
Yeah, I want to introduce Patty Haslett. You may know Patty from her mother, who is also a Rotarian, Lisa, in Crescent Rotary, otherwise known as Lisa Dames. You may know her as that. Patty is a classmate of my daughter, Haley, at the day school, and is in the middle of her senior project. And in just a moment, she's going to tell us just a little bit about her senior project and what she's doing there. So welcome, Patty.
Emily has two guests.
I do. So I have with me this morning, most of you know my husband, Petter Hansen, and we also have our friend Alex Eckert, who is here visiting. Alex came to Rotary a couple years ago. He was an intern at CCL, but he spent a good part of this last year cycling through Asia. So he cycled through 6 countries, over 5,200 miles, doing volunteer work along the way and raising money for cancer research. So he stopped in Vietnam and worked at Children of Vietnam, doing some leadership development work there. So.
Nelson also has a guest.
Soretta Burns is a good friend and colleague of mine, and I asked her to come. Y'all may remember her a couple years ago. She was a GTCC scholarship.
And then we have Mr. Zach Engel, who I know through the Synergy Council. He's a visiting Rotarian from the Summit Club.
Brian was on the Sunday last night, good night's rest, he's on it today.
Thank you, Brian. Let's see, Kevin, birthdays, anniversaries.
Yeah. Here, mostly an anniversary day. We have, for Rotary anniversaries, is Darren Carino, 7 years as of May 24th. And then wedding anniversaries. On the 23rd, I have Cooper and Betty Trotter, 27 years.
Announcements. Back to you, Patty. You want to come up front?
I like the middle. Hi. Okay. Hi, I'm Patty Hazlitt. I'm a senior at Greensboro Day School, and as Mr. Harrell said, I'm doing my month-long internship for my senior project, which is a requirement to graduate. I'm working with a local artist and writer, Dory Gelazzo, and I'm helping her organize her studio, teach her Photoshop, and learn social media skills. Dory's been an artist since high school, and she had already established a name for herself when she got very sick 8 years ago. And now that she's better, she's trying to find her place in the world again. Dory's illness caused her to fall out of notice within the art scene and fall behind on commission, so I'm trying to help her come back into the spotlight. In 2003, Dory published a book entitled One's Own Self. However, that's right when she got sick, and so she didn't have time to market or distribute it to other bookstores and places. Dory wrote this story about realizing that she was more than an abusive childhood and wishes to spread this book's message to hopefully reach other children of abuse and anyone else that gets a little lost on their journey through life. Scuppernong Bookstore downtown on Elm Street has agreed to host a book signing for Dory Gelazzo, even though this book is 10 years old. And so I'm here to ask you to stop by and take a peek inside Scuppernong on June 7th, which is a Saturday, at 10 a.m. And seeing as you guys are all awake at 7 a.m. This book is for all ages, although some of us may read it faster than others. It is not only a children's book, it is an adult book, and it just has a great message. At the book signing, they'll be hanging ceramic stars and hearts and clay prints of Dory's work, which is just like a large print of a painting she did. But they'll be there to accompany the book, and people are asked to write their feelings about the message. So yeah, that's all. Dory has actually gifted a book to this Rotary Club, and so inside there's a poster that has information about the book signing, and then there's did I put two or one in this one? There's one packet about some of her older work and a story that goes along with it. So thank you very much for letting me speak.
A lot of celebration. A couple of weeks ago, I came back with the Gold Club Award and everything that went on at the Grove Park. And then last week, the district governor had us on double secret probation again and came and brought the attendance award. There was one award, and I knew this, but I overlooked it. And I apologize, but one of our members was recognized on the district level with a District Service Award, Dan Quinn, for his work with children of Vietnam. In justice to Dan, I'm sorry I overlooked that, and I even asked him.
It helps when your sister's the governor.
Actually, I think you should get an extra award for that. But it was a great honor at the Grove Park to see Dan presented with that and all the great work he does. Matter of fact, it's already started again. I signed a piece of paper this morning for the next go around. So congratulations. Other announcements. Camp Carefree. Everybody that worked out at Camp Carefree last weekend, stand up. Come on, Mitt. Come on, Crow. All right. We had Mitt, when are you going to go get my hammer out of the lake?
When it gets warm.
It was a great time.
You got to stand up too, buddy. My timing was perfect. I drove in as they were putting the last wheel in the trailer. I did not stand up.
There's a radio on rock and roll loud as the volume would go. He was cruising. He helped me unload all that extra wood back at Lowe's. He was awesome. I appreciate it.
Danny, thank you for all your work.
Bonnie's done good. Bonnie, good job, Danny.
The line of the day out there on Friday with Tommy and all of them, we're all Andy Griffith fans, but you remember the episode where Gomer didn't want to get down under the bandstand they were doing, and Barney said, "Get down there with them spiders." That's what they were doing under that pier. Get down there with them spiders. It was fun. Let's see here, other announcements. June 26th coming up, we've talked about it. There should be an email coming around, the changing of the guards. Black tie optional. Not really. It's going to be a great evening.
So can I announce again next week at the Proximity? They apparently thought maybe we were taking next week off because it's Memorial Day and booked all the rooms, but they do have space for us over at the Proximity. So again, 1 week only over at the Proximity in the Revolution Room where we were last time.
Okay, good deal. That's a great alternative. Yes, Chip.
Dan had asked me to help out with Pig Stock 2014. We went to a meeting with DG Cookie B last week or earlier this week, and we set the date as October 11th. So anybody who wants to join the Gate City Rotary pig cooking team, please be thinking about October 11th. Put it on your calendar. We'll need some help, and it'll be fun. So we'll have a big time. But if you can't cook, don't want to cook, you just want to come out, drink beer, eat barbecue, October 11th.
I participated last year. I drank beer and ate some of the barbecue. It's not hard to participate.
What a sacrifice.
All right, thank you, Chip. Any other announcements?
Is that BB&T event tonight still happening?
Oh yeah, the beach music is tonight, and many of you committed, but it's wide open. 5:30 next to the Cultural Arts Center. It's the whole series that goes on where they have beach music. But tonight is like Rotary night, and there will be a tent set up there and with hors d'oeuvres for Rotarians. I think Abbotswood had donated the food. You're still welcome to come. I think it's $7 to come in for the beach music. But if you come, look for the tent with the Rotarians. I think it's about
It's a makeup.
It'll be a makeup for sure.
What day did you say was the summer event? Social?
Changing of the guard?
Yeah, changing
The 26th of June. It's a Thursday night. And that will be in lieu of our breakfast meeting that week. There's going to be a sign-up sheet coming around. Ralph Jones is on top of it, so just be on the lookout for it.
Chip wants to know, did you say Abbotswood was donating the food?
Yeah, they're waiting for us to all.
Is it whipped or just?
Chip said that. He just said that.
I didn't have the guts to say it out loud.
I got $5 out of the deal.
They're serving supper at 4 o'clock.
That's the second seating.
We're all slowly working our way, hopefully, to that.
Abbotswood co-ed's going to be there, Shaq.
This is going downhill. I think it's
Speaking of downhill, look at Happy Hour.
Really?
Dang.
All right, well, you've already covered what my $150, so I got one for 10 o'clock this morning. I get to go see Bishop McGinnis High School's commencement for graduation 2014. My son did a smashing job in high school, and I'm just really thrilled to be there with all my family. Took all the kids out of school this morning. We're all going to converge at 10 o'clock at Curtisville. That's an amazing school. If anybody's needing to send their grandchildren somewhere nice.
Congratulations.
State.
All right.
Well, it was looking good there for a while. Sorry about that, bus.
My daughter back then.
This is, I've got 3 kids under 3. I got twins, 2.5, and a 1.5. I got started late. But I'm on the playground, met this guy, he had a couple of kids, his wife was pregnant. And we hit it off, and we become good buddies. And he was he's from Pennsylvania. He and his wife had some big cheese job on Wall Street, and it's his turn. Well, he was looking at the South, and he looked between Washington and Atlanta and said Charlotte, Raleigh, or Greensboro. And they lived in each area for about 6 months. He said Charlotte was a little hoity-toity. He said Raleigh was a lot of distance. People weren't really intercommunicating there because it's almost like too diverse was his description. He said Greensboro was awesome. And they're nesting here and they love the city. And this is just really a compliment to our city by a visitor who's now going to be a full-time. I'm going to get him in here in a few weeks when y'all meet him. But this is really just for our city. We got a great place. We live here.
Hi, yeah, the stranger came back to town. Thank you. For me, Rotary has always been a family. Most people join clubs because they are looking for business networks. Other people join because they want to feel good about themselves and the work we all think we are doing for other people. For me personally, Rotary has always been a home to go back to. No matter where I've been, no matter where I go to. I had all this speech planned out for my happy daughter. But then I walked in here and I started checking my emails from yesterday and my phone vibrated. I picked it up. And it's some of the Rotary Club members. So the speech I have made, I'm not going to give today. But what I'm going to do is that I think I'll come back one more time to visit. And that is what I'll do. I want to thank everybody here for being such amazing people. For taking an immigrant girl with no family, but who knew that Rotary has always been there for her. Kim Kennedy, I can thank you enough. Dorothy, you mean the world. I can't mention all of you by names, but I love you so much. And you guys will always be my family. Thank you.
Good to have you back, Dave.
Tom, you're close here.
This sort of fits into the category of the newspaper, and you have to get up to top. But our company's annual report, we had a section, and I've been meaning to bring this last couple of weeks. But we have a section in here that talks about making a difference and benevolent people. And our very own Mike Conrad got included. He's got his picture in our annual report for all his work with juvenile diabetes. So I thought I'll bring that, and he's not here today.
Wow. $2 next time.
All right, so I have two. I mean, the first one is, coming back from Russia. So fascinating experience. Happy to tell anyone about it. I like the people in our office there. It was interesting walking around the Kremlin and Red Square, and that was fun. Still remains the most difficult client I've ever worked with, just culturally very, very different. So nothing got any better with me going over there. Got to Georgian food is like really the fad thing right now. Georgian food is much better than Russian food, so that's a benefit at least. And then the other happy dollar is just to have Alex here visiting for about a week, so just happy about that.
Buster, I've got three. It's always a surprise joy when I'm out and about and I run into fellow Gate City Rotarians when I don't expect to. And such was the case Tuesday when I went to Professional Day, Financial Service Professionals, and spent the day with Ashley Wigglesworth and Dale Farlow. And then last Friday, who was the first person that I would see at the Greensboro Children's Museum Gala? But Kevin Barth, one of our sponsors of that event. So thank you, Kevin. And then we got a little Xerox fancy-dancy, hoity-toity copier thing. I'm just barely technologically savvy enough to hook the thing up, but Howard Driggers is the man. we had just a tiny problem with the thing not printing on part of it. Howard Driggers followed up. I was out of the office, but I learned when I came back that Howard followed up with Karen, my administrator, no fewer than 5 times to make sure that was running. And you just don't get service like that in this day and age. So
You don't get service like that from Xerox either. I was just.
He didn't want a different kind of happy dollar to be talking about.
It was more than just his day off. So thank you, Howard.
Steve.
Another happy dollar relating to Teddy, my son, decided to be in visual effects as a major, and he's also doing 3D modeling. And 2 things that have happened to him in the last couple of weeks. One was yesterday. One is he got actually a little, it's a $100 job, but for a Kickstart movie, he's doing 3D modeling of the product itself and how it interacts. So this is a real challenge, probably taking in 2 weeks instead of 2 days, but this is still learning some of the programs. The other news that he got yesterday was that he has been, it's difficult sometimes for sophomores between sophomore and junior years to get internships. But he's got an internship with the television show Walking Dead this summer for 2 weeks, and he gets paid.
I got 2 this morning. Yesterday I went out to Northwest Guilford High School. I got the text message that, oh, by the way, there's a meet and greet at 4, at 3:51. It's 22 minutes the way I drive to the place. So I got there just in time to go in the auditorium. I did meet his physics teacher who gave him an award, the Teacher's Choice Award, and there were 150 of these awards given out. There are 150 teachers there. Most went to seniors, Waller's a junior, and a lot of them were, so-and-so's a wonderful child, they brighten my day. So-and-so's an excellent student, he always gets his homework done. And they had a statement about every student, and my phone doesn't want to write. This is what Waller's teacher said about him. Waller has shown great determination in honors physics and has been rewarded with great growth and success. I felt fantastic about that, and we went out to celebrate. We ran into Jim Kennedy and Heball.
Without giving it away too much, Honolulu and San Francisco are still standing. Thanks to Godzilla.
Okay, hold on. I always love this part. Good. All right, so just one quick one today. My son, Seth, many of you have met him at some of the projects. Robotics kid that was here a couple weeks ago. But anyways, this year, first year at new school, decided I want to play an instrument. Never played an instrument before in his life. Chose the cello. Of all instruments, that's the one I can't help him with. But so anyways, we're like, really? Okay, you know, so in like early October, we got him his first cello. He started going to class. It's again, a brand new school, brand new cello orchestra. They had their concert on Monday night, and it was painful. God love them all. But one of the things, though, that was just really made me a proud dad is last week he says, yeah, our concert's next week, and I have a solo. And so we're like, okay, this will be good, you know, like listening to screeches and then one screech a little bit louder than the rest is kind of what we're expecting. But we got there, and it was a solo with him and just his director on the guitar, and that was it. The rest of the band sat there and watched, and he did a phenomenal job. And it's posted on YouTube or on Facebook. My wife posted it, and I shared it as well. So if you go on my Facebook page, you can watch it. But you know, it's one of those moments where you are terrified, and then you're so relieved. But he did a fantastic job. If you get a chance, go on there and look at it because it's just I'm really proud. It was good.
All right. Well, as Grandpappy always said, the difference between a beer and your opinion is I asked for a beer.
turn it over to Jim Kennedy to start our program.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is the past several years, we've been giving away 3 scholarships to deserving GTCC students. And for the past number of years, most of those, one of our former club members, Rusty Hoffman, has stepped up and contributed another $1,000, which is an additional 2. So we've been giving away 5 scholarships for the past few years or more. Beth McCain did a fantastic job in bringing together a terrific group of students and applications for us to review. And Dennis Marcotte actually led the effort. But Dennis is in D.C. today. His daughter had a small accident with her arm, so we're looking after her. And David Crabtree, of course, we know is peddling his way across Africa as we sit here. So we're honored today to have Beth, and I think your daughter's here as well with you, and Rich Polk. And I will turn it over to Beth now. She will introduce the award winners, and they are welcome to say a few words if they would like. If they do not want to, they don't have to.
Thank you. I've been lucky enough to be involved with the scholarship process over the past couple of years with the Rotary Club and for Tech. And I just wanted to say how grateful we are for your generosity. We've got some fabulous students at school, and they really, really appreciate the scholarships that you're able to give them. So thank you. We really, really appreciate it. We did have 5 scholarship winners this year. Unfortunately, 2 of them were not able to join us this morning, but we do have 3, and I will introduce each one of them to you. This is Diana Fenley.
Stand up. Yes. As you may notice, as you see the rest of the award winners, I'm probably the senior of the group. Last August 2012, I got laid off from a job I'd had for 25 years. So I saw that as a sign that I needed to make a change in my life. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going back to school. I've changed my direction completely, and I'm looking very forward to it. And this scholarship that I got has helped me take my summer classes this year so that I can finish a little bit sooner. So thank you.
What are you taking?
Global logistics.
You should ask
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
And this is Lily, and I always mess with Sinfea.
Good morning, and thank you again for the scholarship. It is greatly appreciated, and I can relate. I, as well, have been on my last job for 12 years, but I looked at it as a great opportunity. So I got the chance to return to school, and I'm in the healthcare management, which is totally, I was corporate, I'm going to healthcare, so it's a big change, but worth it. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. And it'll help me to pay for my summer classes.
I want to say thank you. I'm a major in business administration and accounting, I know Miss McCain, she's the greatest director, also Mr. DePaul, and I'm going to use the money to upgrade my software on my laptop, the Microsoft software on my laptop, and I thank y'all so much because it was greatly needed. Thank you.
Thank you again. We really, really appreciate it. I actually had all 3 of these ladies in class, and they're fabulous students, so thank you.
Thank you.
Can I say something? I just want to say most of you know that I went back to school. I don't know why your talks make me feel emotional about my decision to go back to school. But I went back after being in my job for 7 years, and it's a very brave thing to do.
people wonder why you're going back, or, you know, what's the change gonna be like? I think we put people in little boxes, if you do this, and this is how you are. And I graduated with my master's in accounting in December. And I really commend you all for going back to school and getting a new job.
One of the reasons I made this speech is because I went back to school. Not just did I went back to school, I also take some of my classes at GTCC, believe it or not. And I've met that girl in the checkered shirt. I don't know exactly what happened. But I know that when it's 8 p.m. and I've run from UNCG to GTCC and I'm leaving, she's one of the last people. In fact, they literally closes the door behind us. And you are right. People put us in boxes. It's a brave thing to do. It's a brave thing to do. So thank you, all of you.
Thank you. You know, that's what this club is all about. And we have that fundraiser. We're going to crank up one here. We're already talking about it, but you know, this is the product of our work. And you know, as Guy Rabondo said in his Rotary moment, I mean, what more can you say? I mean, it's great. Thank you all, and we really do commend you for your courage and your work, and the teachers behind you, and you know, it's what moves everything along. And really, it's great to see. Congratulations. Well, anybody? We got extra time here. Another round of happy dollars.
New member talk.
New member talks. Anybody have anything else they want to say?
Just a word on the people in the boxes and things like that. For our visitors, I'm Jonathan Smith, and I've grown up in Greensboro practically, but we work with several CPA firms, and one of the liaisons at one of the leading CPA firms, whom I've worked with for probably 8 or 10 years, reached out to ask me to join her professional network on LinkedIn, and I gladly did, and as is my custom, I always thank them for reaching out and including me. And as I was looking through her bio, I see she has 13 connections, and I see that her title, you know, I've always known her by her first name, but I never really knew what her job title was, trust manager at the CPA firm. And I looked down at her education, and it says Guilford Technical Community College. You know, and all of a sudden, my pride in her and about her, what she does, goes up about 50%. It's just amazing to see, you know, this person who's been on the job for 8 years, you know, start to climb out and take more and more responsibility. So I just say that to 3 of you who are recharacterizing your lives. It's amazing. It's heroic work. You wouldn't do it if it wasn't heroic work, and you wouldn't have heroic teachers leading you if it wasn't heroic work. So thank you for what you do, for your investment in these people.
Thank you, John. Well, let's see if I could get an unbiased ticket puller. Pull the last, read the last 3. I'll let you do it. Read the last 3 numbers there.
720.
Hey, Bobby.
The cards are out there in the cash.
Just go pick out.
Pick one.
Just go pick one.
Don't worry. Don't forget the card fund buckets on your table, and everybody have a great day.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
Everybody. I think next weekend is Camp Weaver. Oh, is that right?
Yes, it is.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you plan on participating at Camp Weaver, that is next Saturday. I don't have the details, but I just remembered that just now.
Shoot an email.
I'll send another email. It's from 8 until 3:30 next Saturday, 7 hours. Community service credit. It's good for high schoolers, and there may be other people who may need community service credit for some reason or other.